So let me welcome you to the DeLand Industrial Making Connections groundbreaking event. If you're not here for that, you're under the wrong tent. All right, well, my name is Justin Clark. I work with Property Theater. We are commercial real estate brokers, advisors, and developers, and I was asked to help put this together really just as an expression of thanks and communicating what we're doing here. And it's a public-private partnership that you can see the boards here, and the road behind me that's being cut in is connecting State Road 11 to Eadson Drive. And again, the interesting thing about this road is really, I think there's an expression that nothing happens by chance. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. This connection road is an example of that. Under this tent right now, and just outside of the tent, there are some many sharp minds. We've got some strong wills. You know who you are. And we also have some great attitudes. And it's those characteristics that really have brought this connection here to DeLand, and it really gives us the opportunity to make these connections today. So for that, we thank everybody here. And I'm about to turn this over to Bryant Skinner, the owner of the land that we're standing on here today. But before I do, Bryant, among many things, and I don't want to get into much detail, he's a humble man, but for 22 years I've had the opportunity to work for him and with him, and among the many things he is a real estate visionary, and he always is fun to listen to, and he's got a great story for us. So I'll turn it over to Bryant.
Thank you, Justin. Well, first of all, I want to thank Justin and Richard, and my nephew, and my son James for all the work they've done to make this day possible. And we're really excited about the future of this property, about the future of the land, about the future of the DeLand Airport project, and the airport itself. I moved down here in 1988, and my family moved to Florida back in the 1800s. And for anyone to leave Jacksonville, it was a no-no, but I was the first to leave, and came down here to a Rotary project and fell in love with this town and the people, and we raised our family here, and I just thank the Lord every day for the ability to live a large part of my life, almost half of my life here in DeLand and Volusia County. Got a quick story about how we acquired this property. It was kind of interesting. We had a nursery business up in Flagler County, and I would come by here every day back and forth to go to work. And I noticed there was a big sign out there saying there was going to be an auction on the property. Never bought anything at an auction before. So I called the auction company, got all the details, got it registered. So I drove in, and out front the auction company was there. Not a whole lot other than a car and some stuff. So there were just a few bidders. I'm thinking, man, I'm going to steal this thing. And so just about the time the auction started, this limo pulls up, comes flying in and stops. This guy jumps out. He has his coat and tie on. Looks like he'd been traveling a long time. It's kind of wrinkled. And the auctioneer knew who he was because he had told him he was coming, and he lit up. Well, this guy had flown in from Germany overnight. And so I said, oh, this show's over. He's going to buy this thing. He's got some big international company that's going to come in here and do something. So anyway, we bid, and some of the other local DeLanders and myself, we raised the price up to a point. He kept bidding more and bidding more. Well, I bid a couple more times, and finally I said, I'm getting off the train. He bid one more time. The guy says, property sold. Well, I get in the car. I said, well, there we go again. Auctioneer comes chasing me up to the car. He said, hey, you're Mr. Skinner, right? I said, yep. He said, well, under state law, I want to make sure you understand if this guy doesn't do anything, you're going to end up with it. I said, well, don't hold your breath. So I head on up to the nursery. About 3 weeks later, I get a call. He said, hey, we cannot find that guy anywhere. we don't know what's going on. He said, you still want that property? I said, yeah, I'm going to call my brother and make sure. So yeah, we ended up buying it. But shortly after that, the city had expressed some interest in maybe in the future building a road over to the airport, and I said, well, you know, that sounds like a good idea. Let's just stay in touch, this and that. But it's like everything takes time. And but we're standing here today, having had the patience to go through this. And as Justin has said, when you're dealing with a public-private partnership, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of cooperation is necessary. So we're here to celebrate, really, more than just a road. It's a dream come true, I think, for the city and for us. And we're totally excited about it. And we think the timing, when you look at the international situation, supply chain issues, having DeLand with 60 some odd acres of industrial property located next to an airport, I think is going to put DeLand on the map in a way we've never seen before. And not only that, this type of thing is going to create jobs, it's going to create economic opportunity, a higher tax base, and all the things that any city needs to grow and prosper. So I'm excited about it. I want to thank the players in this, and especially the city of DeLand, all of their staff, how they have just diligently worked towards this. DOT for coming in with some of the funding, and then our professional group, Zev Cohen, Cobb Colin Bell, and the contractor GPS Civil. All of this has worked together, and I'm excited. I can't wait to drive down that pavement one day. So I thank you all again for coming, and again for all the work and interest you have in this project. Thanks.
Okay, and we've got one more speaker here today, and we are honored by his presence and coming out, sharing with us today. It's Mayor Apgar. If you would come up and share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. In a moment, I'll echo a couple of things that Bryant said, but before I do, I want to recognize that Commissioner Kevin Reed is here today, and our city manager, Michael Ployce, and then we have a whole host of people that get excited about roads and construction, and that's our utilities and engineering department. So all of you all raise your hands and be recognized, because as Bryant said, they're a big part of what's going to happen. And I would also need to introduce our economic development director, manager, Nick Conti. One of the things that Bryant mentioned was partnership, and it takes time. I need to recognize both Senator Tom Wright and former state representative David Santiago, who ushered through the state grant that we received to help build this road, and it was about $850,000. And if you think how long David Santiago's been out of office, that's part of the message in terms of how long that process takes sometimes. Secondly, the whole project is around $1 million, and the difference is funded by the city of DeLand, and we're pleased and happy to do that. And it has been a partnership with Bryant Skinner and his family, and a lot of successes are about relationships and all those kinds of things, and you know, we've worked together, and you know, we've accomplished something, and that's a good thing. And a lot of people may ask, what's a big deal about a bunch of asphalt? Well, look at that schematic over there. It's about economic development. It's about jobs. It's about new residents to our community. It's about opportunities for our young people. Because even though the large bulk of this is private property, that private property is in the city of DeLand and will contribute to our tax base as it's developed. Secondly, when you get back to the airport where DeVita is, we have a second company that has some interest in property near DeVita, but it also opens up our airport and this property. And if you think about it, when you hit Highway 11, if it's an industry that requires a lot of trucking, you make a right turn here, you go up to State Road 40, make another right turn, uncongested virtually, at least today, all the way to I-95. If they're going south, I mean, sure, they'll have to go through DeLand or in and around DeLand and that sort of thing to connect to I-4 and things of that nature. But what it does is it allows a lot of companies, and take DeVita for example, I don't remember the number, but they have samples coming in every day. And this provides an alternate point of access for the people like FedEx that are delivering those dialysis samples. Maybe now they fly into Orlando, but now maybe they can fly into Jacksonville. So it's a great location. It was a great need. And again, the most important thing about it is over the next several years, I hope the Skinner family makes multiple sales of their lands as this road is opened up, and that we also have the opportunity to lease some of the additional property at the Northwest Industrial Park. So it truly is a great job. It's truly a great day, and it's a great opportunity to create jobs in our community, which I've said before. But again, we're just very, very happy that the Skinner family was so willing to work with us to make this possible. So any of you that are in the real estate business or have friends that are in the real estate job, you love three words: sell, 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 and also lease, lease, lease. So please find people to come to this project and help create jobs for our community. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, with the most important words of the day, we've got Richard Skinner coming up to talk to us about how to smoke a Boston butt. No, he didn't want to come up. Thank you, Mayor Afgar. That was really well said and stated, and very grateful, again, public-private partnership and the opportunities. There are so many opportunities in front of us, and literally, I mean in front of us. So please make that connection with the person to your left, to your right, or somebody that's in and around this tent, because we're all stakeholders in this.